Well, look at that for a pothole to start the video. Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. We're somewhere lost in downtown Universal. Luckily for me, I know exactly where I am. We've just dropped a car off to a customer, and I think we'll go for a bit of a mosey around Universal area, especially for a gentleman who's the chief superintendent of the police on the little channel known as Marika and Me. Big shout out to the superstar Ronnie Miller. Look at this, downtown Universal. There's potholes, road joints, absolutely everywhere. Could be one of the roughest road areas in the whole of Paphos, and there's an awful lot of competition, that is for sure. Let's take a left and let's head out towards the Elysium complex. I think it's the Elysium, or is it something else? I can't remember, but it's a big posh complex coming up on the left hand side. It's got a restaurant, it's got a gymnasium, it's got all sorts going on there. And if you're staying in there, which some superstars were a while ago, they understand that it's quite a luxury complex indeed. The only thing that's not luxury is the roads in and around it. Anyway, let's go and have a drive-by and see if Ronnie Miller's house is still safe, because it's up here somewhere once we can circumnavigate all these manhole covers and potholes and all sorts of things going on. Anyway, there's the elephant kiosk on the left hand side. If you want to get yourself a Romeo and Juliet, I've got one, by the way, in the hand, and it's simmering away quite nicely. Let's take a right. Hopefully you're watching, Ronnie. We're going to go and do a bit of burglary outside your house, or your apartment complex. Anyway, let's go and see if your car's there, because last time we went past, someone had kindly stolen it. More apartments being built on the left hand side. Not a bad area to live, by the way, except for this school that's coming up, because they make an awful lot of squawking noises in and around this time of day as they're getting ready to go home. But I keep apologising for the road surfaces. If your name's Lady, oh, so sweet Caroline. Don't forget to get your bottom on a memory foam pillow. But just before you do, pour a tot or two for the superstar, for the legend known as Lord Nigel of the big guns. Ronnie, are you getting excited? It's coming up very, very soon on the right hand side. Is his car in the parking space? Let's have a quick look. No, it's not there. Someone's nicked your car, Ronnie. I'd get on the phone and find out who your property management company is, because they are whizzing in and around Paphos, because they don't want to damage the suspension on their car, so they can knacker in yours. Now, big shout out to some of the stars, some of the legends on the show. If your name's Sir Bernie, there's a girl in your life called Lady Jan. Thank you for checking the prices of the suspension struts. So once you'd scared the living dead of telling me by telling me they were almost £1,000 each, I decided to get the car on a ramp and have a damn good look underneath myself. And I discovered that you've got all this plastic cladding and stuff underneath, haven't you? And one or two pieces have come loose. So I've got a screwdriver and a few screws, and I've screwed most of it back in. So now it's not crashing quite so much. We've given the suspension struts a thorough inspection, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them, which is good news for me and my wallet, and the jack, of course. This is the rants of Mr. Paul as he travels in and around Paphos, mainly downtown Paphos. And if you're very, very lucky and you stay tuned for a little bit longer, we may go down to the harbour area and have a look at the blue Mediterranean Sea. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe. Don't forget to come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, well, you know what you do. You Google the magic words, buy me a coffee, Marika and Me. Buy Me a Coffee is a totally safe and secure platform where you can gift us that virtual coffee or two. And of course, we thank each and every one of you that has. We thank each and every one of you that chose to become one of our superstar members. I'd like to do a big shout out to, of course, the girl who likes a butterfly or two. There's a man in her life called Sir Phil. That's Lady Sharon. Thank you very, very much indeed for upgrading to our higher membership as a superstar. And we appreciate it from the bottom of our two hearts. May's not that far away, and of course you'll be getting on a big bird come into downtown Paphos, and we will be chuchki dancing in the Cape of Paphos Harbour, and hopefully you'll do us the great honour of appearing on camera, so of course other people can see exactly who you are. Universal area, we're about to leave, shall we say, and we're going to join the inner ring road. We're going to take a right, and guess what? We're going down to downtown Paphos Harbour, especially for you. Thanks, Lady Andrea. Thank you very, very much indeed for flicking those lights to red, especially for me. But never know, I can sit here now and light up my Romeo and Juliet, because of course cigars have a habit of going out now and again. Big shout out to the cigar price checker, Sir Martin, and of course to Lady Victoria. We're missing you like crazy, but of course again, May is not that far away, and the Dionysius Central Hotel is waiting, and I mean waiting, especially for you. If you're in downtown Glasgow, if your name's Sir John Ricey, a very, very good morning to you. And of course, if you're in downtown Glasgow and you're a lady by the name of Lady Kirsty, we thank you very, very much for being one of our superstar members, and again for all of your comments, and we're looking forward to seeing you again very, very soon indeed. We're stuck in gridlock traffic and at traffic lights in downtown Universal. That's a nice shiny black Mercedes E-Class. In fact, I probably should have kept my E-Class, because to be honest, it was possibly one of the best cars I've ever bought, and I kept that car for 5 years, and it didn't give me much troubles, although it did break down once live on camera, didn't it? But there you go, that was its nail in its coffin, and that's when it went. And then I bought the S-Class, and that was a great, great car indeed. It really, really was. And now I bought the Jag. Now, big shout out to a guy in downtown Krakow in Poland. He's got a mum who's a superstar. That's Lady Anna, my superstar. She's got a superstar of a husband, that's Dr. Tomas. And they've got a son, and that's Mr. Bart. And Mr. Bart is going to be the greatest lawyer in the world once his mum retires, of course. And he has bought himself an Audi. And I'm not that partial to Audis, to be honest, but some of them are very, very nice indeed. And he's bought himself what's called an Audi A5, I think they call it the Sportback, which I do think looks quite nice. He's bought it in the best colour, which of course is black, and he's probably bought it with the best colour interior, which is like a caramel colour, and it does look absolutely stunning. It's got an automatic gearbox, because he's a clever lad, and it's got a 3-litre turbocharged diesel engine. Oh my goodness, that's not bad for a first car, is it? That's not bad. And it's got full-wheel drive, so as the rains come down and the snows come down in downtown Poland, it'll be doing all right. Big Kalimera, Dizzlin Dobra to my mate, Mr. Bart. Drive carefully, Bart, and make sure that your mum keeps an eye on you. But of course, she can get you off any of those traffic violations, and she can even try you and acquit you, because she's a judge as well. You may have noticed that the weather is absolutely spectacular. The temperature, if you're wondering what it is 24 degrees, and we are in the 3rd week of November, and there's some very irate people around because we are in gridlock traffic in downtown Paphos. So people like to blow their horns to tell you to move, even though you can't. Now, what was I saying? Oh yes, we're off to downtown Paphos. We're going to go to the harbour area, and we're going to see just how blue the blue Mediterranean Sea is. Now, there's roadworks up yonder, and I know what they're doing. The Gumbarus are frantically digging holes all around the traffic light areas in Paphos, because they're putting in traffic cameras, because they've understood that they can make a complete and utter fortune, because nobody, and I mean nobody, likes to stop at red traffic lights in Paphos. They're more likely to stop at green traffic lights, believe it or not. And even if they do stop, normally they go over the line. So guess what? The Cypriot government is going to make an absolute fortune. And on top of that, they've got these little camera vans that are parked up here and there to catch us when we go speeding. So as I say to everybody, drive around a little bit alertly and a little bit carefully, because they can pop up literally anywhere. Why not drive around sensibly and with a little bit of, what should I say, respect for all the fellow drivers? I wonder if I indicate if anyone's going to let me out. The odds are no, probably not. They'll blow in their horns and all those kind of things. Anyway, don't click off just yet. Stick with us. In a couple of minutes, I promise you that we will be looking out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Don't you wish you had a gun sometimes? There we go. Perhaps I should just get a motorbike. In fact, perhaps I should just park the Jag up and get the electric scooter out. My goodness, this van is going to let me out. Is he ill? He's on his mobile phone and he's got a frappe in the other hand. There you go. He didn't even notice what was going on in the world. Downtown Paphos on a normal day, which is a spectacular day indeed. There's a few things for sure in Paphos. The sky, yep, it's looking blue. The sea, I promise you, when we get there, it'll blow your mind. It'll be very, very blue indeed. Mr. Paul, he's dressed head to toe in blue, so that must mean one thing. All that is missing is you. So want to get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Get yourself to downtown Paphos. Let's have a party. Now there's two boys in town at the moment, two identical twins. One's called Lord Simon and one is called Lord Jeremy. We found them and we had a bit of a chat in the Pelican restaurant, and of course they gifted a rather nice brooch to Miss Ochin receiving out of the booth, which you'll have seen in a previous episode, and she keeps that very, very safely nuzzled between her twin sisters, especially for you two. Come on, what's going on? It's absolutely diabolical, isn't it? Gridlock traffic. Perhaps if your name is Dizzy Blonde, you know what it feels like. Stuck on the M53 heading into Manchester. Who knows? Perhaps if your name's Sir Bernie and you're stuck on the M25 heading towards Southend to pick up the beauty known as Jan. Perhaps you know what it's like to be stuck in traffic. It's very, very frustrating indeed. And my cigar's gone out and there's more people blowing the horns because they are very, very frustrated indeed. But if we look carefully, we can see little trenches down there. That's the cabling that's going in for the new traffic camera that they're going to put up on this set of traffic lights. So far as I'm aware, they have completed 4 or 5 of them, and apparently there's 60 of them coming to Paphos alone. Oh my goodness, if only I was the Cypriot government, I could make an absolute fortune. I bet they're rubbing their hands. I'll bet you the president is ordering his new S-Class as we speak, because he understands in less than a fortnight or so, he would have amassed a minimum of 160,000 euros. So of course that S-Class will be absolute chump change. Get it in black and get a nice black interior. That's what I say. We're taking a left. That's the Paphos Mall over on the right. We're going under the Paphos Skywalk and we're heading down towards the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 people going to be getting excited if your name is Lord Andy and there's a girl in your life called Lady Ness in downtown Shropshire. The blueness is coming up, and of course if your name is Dame Anne, you are the girl in charge of the show. Don't click off just yet. There's a lot of blueness coming up. In fact, there's a blue lorry. Should we let him out? Why not? We'll let him out. Come on, Gilmore. We'll let you out. Try not to hit that signpost on the other side of the road because, well, it's not going to hurt you. You're in a big lorry. He's going drilling somewhere. Perhaps he's going drilling for oil and gas. You never know. And his Gumbari behind him is going the other way. There's an S-Class, isn't that? Nice black S-Class. I'm missing my S-Class, you know. No, I'm not. I prefer my Jag. Very, very British indeed. Quite quiet around at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that when we get down to the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea, there'll be quite a few people walking around in shorts and t-shirts with great big smiles on their faces because they know that they have come to paradise. All that's missing is you, if you're watching. Well, maybe you're in paradise and watching. Perhaps if you're an uptown payer and your name's Robert and there's a girl in your life called Carol, well, you know that you're living in an absolutely wonderful place to be. Paphos is a great place. It's got its faults, don't get me wrong. It has, like everywhere. But overall, it's quite relaxed and it's quite civilised, shall we say. And on top of all that, look at that. There you go. That's Paphos Harbour, and it's very, very best indeed. 3rd week of November, 24 degrees, and the sun is glistening on the blue Mediterranean Sea, especially for you. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness.